I believe it's to get me through each morning, and let's hope that it does. This is an awesome story, though. Listen to this story. Did you remember the story earlier in the week? The guy who live streamed his wife's pregnancy.
Yes.
Who would do such a thing?
I'm telling you, as a woman who has been pregnant and given birth, I would never want that live streamed.
Who would do such a thing?
We were waiting for
He live streamed his wife's pregnancy.
This on Facebook Live?
Yes.
I can just imagine. I'm scrolling through my news feed and I see that. I would be mortified.
Live
from
streamed
what angle? You could
all angles.
Oh man.
Did she know though? I mean, did she know that it was being live streamed?
Oh man.
The rest of the story. Paul Harvey.
Okay.
Good day.
Good, because
here's the rest of the story. He made a mistake. He had no idea. He thought he was videotaping it for her.
Oh my
and he had no idea that it was being live streamed throughout
I don't believe it.
the world.
It was on all the morning shows yesterday.
Everywhere. This went everywhere. And Andrew, yes, I can see how it can happen. I'm going to tell you something. So the guy's hitting buttons and all of a sudden has no idea he's live streaming on Facebook.
So a funny story, I was doing the 5 o'clock newscast yesterday and I'm looking at the TV while I'm talking. And I literally stopped during the live newscast for a second because I saw the pregnancy on TV and I'm going, wait, what am I watching?
I had originally thought that the couple had decided they wanted to live stream. What idiots. Who would do that? Why would you want to live stream that?
Yeah, but if you're...
and then I'm hearing the guy did it and I'm like, oh my God, that guy's dead. Now the full story is he totally made a mistake.
I just can't see how you don't see the little live thing flicking and how many viewers.
You
and
are
comments
when you're videotaping.
He's in the moment of the pregnancy.
Yeah.
He's not paying attention to little lights.
I got to tell you something. I have done stuff before. I mean, listen, it's like pocket dialing, and you have no idea, and you're talking, and you look down, and it's like, oh my God, my phone has connected to the person I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. Oh, good.
Happens to me all the time.
That stuff goes on.
I love it when people do that by mistake because I always get good information.
You do. And you know, to be honest with you, if it's a friend of mine, I usually delete it and don't listen to it.
Right.
Honest to God. And I don't know why that is something, but because I know it. They probably wouldn't offer me the same courtesy, but that's what I do. Assemblyman Anthony Brindisi, I hope they would. Anthony Brindisi on the line right now. Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Could you imagine?
Oh my gosh, Anthony! If you had done
I don't know
that,
how you could do this without knowing that you're doing.
I'm with Anthony
Andrew's
on this.
saying. Yeah. Well, he says it was a total. Listen.
Yeah, it was a mistake because it was afterward.
It was a mistake, but I'm not sure the product placement throughout the room, the hospital room, was a mistake. Who knows? But he's saying, it was a complete mistake. Well, listen. A lot of people are tough. It's tough when it comes to technology. All right, Adirondack Railway. This is a done deal. It's all over. And what happened? And am I correct? Is it a done deal?
There is a lawsuit going on that the Adirondack Scenic Railroad is involved in, but as far as the state goes, this is pretty much a done deal. There's still some approvals they have to get because this is considered a historic landmark, this rail line. And ripping up the tracks may not be consistent with that designation, so I think there's still some approvals they have to get. But it's not looking too good when the DEC and DOT come out with this ruling with the blessing of the governor, and really losing a real opportunity here, I believe, for some potential tourism up into the North Country.
I hate to say, but it seemed like the people that were fighting this had some pretty decent influence in Albany, and had the income to be able to fight this. Do you believe any of that?
I do believe some of that. They had the income. They have very good connections. They are very well funded, and I believe they are a minority of people who are opposed to this happening.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, their voices won the day, and the voices of the hundreds of people that signed petitions, the local governments that were in favor, myself, the county executive, the senator up in the North Country, all in favor. The regional economic development councils in the North Country and the Mohawk Valley in favor. So really, I think the wishes of the people were really ignored here, and it's unfortunate because once they rip those tracks up near Lake Placid, they're never coming back.
The charge was wealthy donors. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. I'm going to ask you first. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, and you kind of answered the question. I was going to say, we crave tourism dollars, outside tourism money here, and you made the point. I didn't know that many up there did actually want this to continue and to be enhanced, because really that's a revenue stream, and the door has just been closed on that opportunity for people from outside the area to come in and spend money.
Yeah. Andrew.
Well, and it was just recently that Lake Placid almost lost a valuable asset in that they almost lost the USA Luge headquarters in Lake Placid. It was a year ago that they had offered out bids
Isn't
to
that
other
still pending
cities.
right now? Isn't it?
No, that's
done.
The CEO did say that for 5 years, the next 5 years, it's going to be in Lake Placid. But is it the same kind of group of people that may be rubbing these people the wrong way that kind of almost urged USA Luge out of there?
No, I think the people who were against the railroad really just wanted the tracks to be ripped up completely in favor of a trail going up through there. And look, there's been examples of where you can have both the rail and the trail next to it. It's not something, they're not mutually exclusive. You can do both of them, but they didn't want to hear it, and apparently DEC sided with them, and that's why we're now losing this opportunity. It's not only the Adirondack Scenic Railroad; they're not the only business that's really losing out here. There's other businesses, that are losing out. The New York Times had a great piece a few months ago about rail bikes, a company up there that's doing a lot of things with rail bikes, and it's just a lost opportunity. I think by only stopping the tracks in Tupper Lake, I love Tupper Lake, and I think they're doing a lot of great things there to try and boost the town. But Lake Placid is internationally known. You have the Olympics that were there. You have the potential for another Olympics going there down the road. And now we're taking the tracks out, so we're losing an opportunity to bring more people into upstate New York.
The other, quickly, I know we only have a second here, but I wanted to talk about the decline thing. I'm sorry, I just think this is ridiculous.
I heard you're a big fan of this.
I am not a fan of this. I think I might have said I want to claw at you guys today over this thing. So
I was shocked to see that Joe was the sponsor of this bill. I didn't realize that Griffo was the sponsor.
I didn't either. I've been
inconsistent with his character. I don't know,
it is, and I've got him on next, and I got to be like, what are you thinking with this thing?
Listen, have you ever looked into the procedure itself and what they actually
I guess
do? So
I know. She was telling me.
It's the equivalent. On a human, it's the equivalent of taking off not only the fingernail but also like the top bone to your joint of your finger.
I know.
It's really it's not as harmless as it seems. And, the ASPCA, Humane Society, all these organizations have come out and said this is really an inhumane procedure. And I understand, but keep the nails trim or get the little scratching things that the cats like. And it's really not, I guess it's not as necessary as it needs to be.
I thought Anthony was gonna say, "Have you ever looked into a cat's eyes that's just been clawed? Have you ever seen the pain?
Have you ever felt the pain of a cat or Bill?
Of all the things that I would expect Griffo to endorse and to propose, this is not one of them. So we'll talk to him about that coming up next. But you think this is going to pass?
I think it probably has a better chance of passing in the Assembly. I'm not really sure where it stands in the Senate.
Because it's nonsense?
Hard to say.
Is that why?
Well, but who's going to vote against it? I mean, they're going to be branded as a cat
I would
hater.
vote against it. I hate to say this.
But that is why you're not an elected official.
I would vote against it in regards on the belief that it's against the cat. The state veterinary society or whatever they're called, they've actually come out against this and said cats will be euthanized if they have clawing
More
issues.
cats will die because people won't get it because of the clawing issues. For the sake of my couch. For the sake of my couch. All right.
But the American Medical Veterinary Society said that they're in favor of it. So it's hard. It certainly needs a lot more conversation, debate, and talk.
Listen,
so it's probably not going anywhere.
We're going to get more debate.
My comment yesterday was I'd rather see us first increase the penalty for rapists before we get down with this. But I understand. Everybody has a cause. I hear this thing's going to pass by a whisker. We'll see what happens.
Oh, man.
All right, Anthony, thank you. I appreciate it, and good luck. We'll talk.
Right.
You're nearing the end here, right? The end is near.
think we have about 6 weeks left, something like that,
All right.
before the end of session. So
All right.
we'll see
All right. Good
how
stuff.
quiet it is.
Assemblyman Anthony Brindisi, thanks so
Okay.
much. Joe Griffo is coming up next. Then Mark Bottler is in. They're doing something in Herkimer County and really trying to turn things around there. They put together a Herkimer County think tank, and we'll get them in studio.